If there's one planet that looks like it was painted by the universe itself, it's Saturn. Floating far beyond the warmth of the sun, it glows like a cosmic jewel, a giant wrapped in golden clouds and surrounded by rings that seem almost too perfect to be real. For centuries, Saturn has captured our imagination, but beneath that breathtaking beauty hides a world that defies reason. Powerful storms, crushing gravity, and mysteries buried deep beneath its clouds. When NASA's Cassini spacecraft arrived in the early 2000s, it didn't just photograph a planet. It uncovered a masterpiece of chaos and harmony, unlike anything else in the cosmos. By the end, you'll see why Saturn isn't just beautiful, it's bizarre, powerful, and alive. Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system, after Jupiter, but its sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. You could fit more than 760 Earths inside it. Yet if there were an ocean big enough, Saturn would float. That's because despite its size, the planet is incredibly light. Its density is lower than water. Imagine something so massive, so commanding in the night sky. And yet, in theory, it could drift across an endless sea, like a balloon made of clouds. But what's even stranger is how it maintains its shape and structure. Saturn is mostly made of hydrogen and helium, the same elements that fuel stars, and yet it never ignited into one. So how can something so immense be so light and still hold together in perfect balance? To understand that, you have to go beneath the clouds. The deeper you go, the stranger it becomes. Saturn doesn't have a solid surface, there's nowhere you could stand. The upper atmosphere is a world of gentle yellows and creams, but beneath that calm exterior lies an ocean of hydrogen gas that, under crushing pressure, turns to liquid. Descend further, and that liquid becomes metallic hydrogen, an exotic state of matter, so dense that it behaves like metal, conducting electricity and generating Saturn's powerful magnetic field. And at the heart of it all, there may be a small core of rock and ice, 10 to 20 times heavier than our entire planet. But that's not all. Saturn glows with heat, not from the sun, but from within. Its core burns at over 11,000 degrees Celsius, radiating more energy than it receives. That glow isn't just heat. It's proof that Saturn is alive from the inside out, still contracting and generating energy millions of years after its birth. From space, Saturn looks peaceful, its golden hues and soft rings creating an illusion of stillness. But this calm is a lie. Saturn is one of the most violent worlds in the solar system. Its winds roar at over 1,800 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound. Massive storms tear through its atmosphere with forces no human could survive. Every few decades, a storm so massive it wraps around the planet, known as the Great White Spot, erupts, releasing energy equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs. Lightning bolts flash through the clouds, each strike over 10,000 times stronger than those on Earth. And yet, from the darkness of space, it all looks serene, a storm hidden inside a painting. At Saturn's poles, the chaos becomes even more surreal. At the South Pole, a hurricane the size of our entire planet spins endlessly, its eye perfectly circular, its winds screaming through a vortex of gas. But the North Pole is where nature defies geometry. Here, a massive storm forms a perfect six-sided shape, a hexagon that has been spinning for decades without changing form. To this day, scientists still don't fully understand how a planet can create a storm with 6 straight edges. It's as if Saturn follows a rhythm written in the language of mathematics, a song that only the cosmos can hear. Surrounding this chaos is an invisible power, Saturn's magnetic heart, generated by that metallic hydrogen deep within. Its magnetosphere stretches far beyond the planet, capturing particles from the solar wind and shaping them into vast arcs of energy. When these charged particles slam into Saturn's atmosphere, they ignite the skies with glowing curtains of light auroras, just like on Earth. But here, they dance in ultraviolet and infrared, invisible to our eyes but captured by Cassini's instruments. These lights shimmer over a world we can't touch, a silent reminder that even in the coldest corners of space, there is still wonder. But if the planet itself weren't enough, what orbits it will leave you speechless. No image defines Saturn more than its rings. They stretch wide and delicate, orbiting like halos of frozen light. When sunlight hits them, they shimmer with such brilliance that even a telescope on Earth can capture their glow. But these rings aren't solid. They're made of billions of particles, from dust grains smaller than a snowflake to chunks of ice the size of mountains, all circling Saturn in a perfect ballet. Each fragment reflects sunlight in its own way, giving the rings their hypnotic shine. From afar, they look paper-thin, but up close, Cassini revealed that they ripple and twist, sometimes rising as high as mountains, sculpted by gravity itself. The rings are arranged in a sequence, though their naming seems almost whimsical. Closest to the planet is the faint D ring, followed by the C ring, then the broad and brilliant B ring, the brightest of them all. Beyond it lies the A ring, separated by a thin dark gap called the Cassini division, and farther out, the narrow and chaotic F ring. It's here that one of Saturn's most fascinating features takes shape: the shepherd moons. But the story of Saturn's rings stretches far beyond what we can see with our eyes. Cassini's instruments revealed that the rings are made mostly of water ice, mixed with traces of rock and dust. In ultraviolet light, the outer rings gleam brighter, suggesting fresher, cleaner ice, while the inner ones appear darker and older, dirtier, as if scarred by time. Some scientists think the rings may have formed from a shattered moon, a victim of Saturn's gravity, torn apart millions of years ago. Others believe they've been there since the birth of the solar system, remnants of the primordial disk that once surrounded the sun. Whatever their origin, they continue to change living structures in slow motion. Farther out, the rings grow more mysterious. Beyond the F ring lie fainter and wider ones, the G, E, and the ghostly Phoebe ring. Beyond the shimmering bands of light and shadow, Saturn hides a collection of worlds that could each be the subject of their own mystery. Over 80 moons circle the gas giant, each one different, each one telling a story about how chaotic and beautiful the outer solar system really is. Some are small and misshapen, no bigger than a city, while others are so large they could almost be planets on their own. But none are more fascinating than Titan, a world that looks eerily familiar. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is a place where rivers flow and rain falls, but not the kind we know. Here, it rains liquid methane, and the rivers carve valleys through a frozen world. Its thick orange haze hides mountains of ice and lakes so vast they could swallow our Great Lakes whole. When the Cassini spacecraft dropped the Huygens probe through that dense atmosphere, scientists watched in awe. They saw a landscape that looked strikingly Earth-like, yet completely alien. It was the first time humanity had landed on a moon of Saturn, and it revealed that even in the freezing reaches of the outer solar system, nature still knows how to sculpt beauty. But Titan isn't the only moon with surprises. There's Enceladus, a tiny icy sphere no more than 500 kilometers across, yet one of the most active bodies in the solar system. For years, it looked like just another frozen moon, until Cassini flew past it and caught something no one expected: plumes of water vapor shooting into space. These geysers erupted from cracks near its south pole, spraying salty water hundreds of kilometers above the surface. Beneath that icy crust lies an ocean, vast and warm enough to hold the ingredients for life. Scientists now believe Enceladus could be one of the most promising places to search for life beyond Earth. Then there's Iapetus, the yin-yang moon. Half of its surface is bright as snow, while the other half is as dark as coal. For centuries, astronomers couldn't understand why one side reflected sunlight and the other absorbed it completely. The answer turned out to be a story of dust, heat, and time. As the moon orbits Saturn, it sweeps up particles from the outer ring system, painting itself two-faced in the process. It's as if Iapetus can't decide which world it wants to belong to, the light or the dark. And let's not forget Mimas, the small, cratered moon that looks almost too familiar. One massive impact crater makes it resemble the Death Star from Star Wars, but what lies beneath might be even stranger. Some scientists think Mimas could hide a subsurface ocean, hinted at by tiny wobbles in its orbit. If true, that would mean even this unassuming world might harbor secrets we never imagined. All these moons orbit within Saturn's immense gravitational field, a field that pulls, stretches, and shapes them like clay. Saturn's gravity sculpts not just moons but the planet's own rings, carving gaps, forming waves, and locking particles into patterns of perfect rhythm. It's a dance of motion and resonance, where every moon tugs on every ring, and every ring whispers back in gravitational harmony. Orbiting far from the Sun, Saturn moves through its seasons slowly. One year there lasts nearly 30 Earth years. As it travels its long path, the angle of its rings changes, revealing them differently from our view on Earth, sometimes glowing edge-on, sometimes in full, breathtaking spread. Even its days are strange. Because the planet is made of gas, it doesn't rotate as one solid body. Near the equator, a day lasts about 10 hours and 14 minutes, but closer to the poles, it's 10 hours and 38 minutes. It's as if time itself bends differently across the planet. The deeper scientists study Saturn, the more contradictions they uncover. A planet of gas that somehow glows from within, storms that form perfect geometric shapes, moons that might shelter hidden oceans. It's a place that challenges every rule we thought we understood about the solar system. And it reminds us that even beauty can come from chaos. When the Cassini mission came to its end in 2017, NASA commanded the spacecraft to dive into Saturn's atmosphere, a fiery farewell after nearly 2 decades of discovery. As it descended, Cassini sent back its final data, revealing details about the planet's atmosphere, gravity, and rings that scientists are still analyzing today. It was a fitting end, the explorer becoming part of the world it had studied for so long. Now, every image we see of Saturn, the soft glow, the endless rings, the tiny moons in orbit carries that legacy. Saturn isn't just a planet, it's a reminder of how vast, strange, and breathtaking our universe really is. It shows that even in the cold outer reaches, far from the warmth of the sun, there is beauty beyond imagination. Because somewhere out there, circling a world made of gas and dreams, are the echoes of a spacecraft's final transmission. A whisper from humanity saying, "We were here, we saw you, and we'll never forget."